wishes to do that, or he can, of course, hit him in the back with a bow or, well, whatever he has.
What would it be to like grab him?
To grab him would be a melee basic attack. Unless you have a net or a lasso or something.
Okay. I will attempt to... Wait, I've got my sword equipped right now, so will that just go ahead and slash him to death?
Yeah. If you use melee basic now, you would slash him. You could try to slash him to knock him out.
I could. Okay, how can I knock him out? Is there an option for that, or...?
Yeah, basically you deal... Then you say, oh, I want to deal non-lethal damage.
Okay, I'm just wondering if there's like an option in the power thing.
No, you just tell me.
Okay.
And
Does it have to be a basic attack, or can I use one of my more powerful ones?
No, it's a melee basic attack for this.
Okay.
And just roll it. Don't target him.
Okay.
Oh wow. Well, describe, please, how you knocked this goblin out.
I'm telling you, DM. I'm telling you.
Sprinting through the forest and ducking and weaving between the branches, catches up to the goblin, where I just end up sliding him with the hilt of my sword, smack him in the side of the head.
The poor creature falls in a heap on the ground.
Everyone will stop its slide and examine the body.
It seems to be quite knocked out. A huge welt is forming at the base of his skull.
I'll wait for everyone else to arrive.
Saloro didn't even try, like I said, he just used prestidigitation to kill the campfire and like watched everyone else run off and go, huh.
Well, I'll at least wait for Arenoss until he'll be the first one to arrive, probably. Maybe.
You're quite nimble.
I'm just used to running in this condition.
Oh, alright.
Military training.
Will look down at the goblin.
It is being knocked out.
Yeah. And they will pick it up and start dragging it back to the camp.
I will help you with this. Drag.
Yeah.
Poor Roldar just breaks it.
Grab it by the feet and drag it along the ground.
Saloro, in the meantime, will look at the rope ladder. How far down is it from the top to the bottom?
It would be roughly 30 meters.
Okay, like 90 feet, something like that.
Yeah.
Saloro observes.
Is there rope in the adventurers kit?
Yes.
Yeah. Arenoss will then pull out his rope and start tying the goblin up.
Alright. Yeah, he offers little resistance.
Yeah.
He might be knocked out for a while.
Yeah, he's gonna have a bad day when he wakes up. That's gonna hurt.
After tying him up, he will sort of slap him in the face a couple of times to see if he wakes up.
No.
That was a 20. You're gonna need a little bit more of that.
Yeah.
Can you critical slap him up?
Melee basic attack to wake him up.
Yeah. Does anyone have any water? Or something like that?
I will check what's in my inventory. Open my bag. I have a bottle of wine.
Sort of waste of wine, but yeah.
I mean, I do have a water skin, so I could just pour the water on him. But
oh right, yeah, I have one too.
you know, if you want something, I can fill up a glass. I can fill up a glass of wine and just pour it on him.
No, that's a waste of wine.
I mean, if you want, I'm sure he'd probably be woken up if I recreated the campfire and you stick his head in it or something. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that would work, but
I don't know. If you suggest it, maybe. No, but Arenoss will pull out his water skin and pour some water on the goblin's face.
Yeah, this seems to enact some sort of response, and the goblins start to sputter and like hiss and gnash with teeth. They're like, "Bah! Blah, 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 ah!" and look around with evil little eyes.
Roldar is apparently approaching.
He looks at me, he says, looking at Roldar, and then it's like, "Ah!" his ears kind of droop, and he looks quite scared.
I just found some honorary. Looking at Roldar's macros, he's actually got a -1 to intimidate.
That's because Intimidate is generally charisma based.
Yes.
I think you can take a feat so you can use your strength instead.
Oh. Yeah, well, Arenoss will sort of lean down to the goblin. Hello there.
In what language do you speak to this goblin?
Common.
He blinks at Arenoss and doesn't really seem to comprehend.
Does anyone here know Goblin?
I guess that's a no.
I don't know what languages Roldar knows, so I can't answer for you.
He knows Orc, Dwarven, and Common. That's
Try
what I meant.
Orc, maybe?
We could try Orc.
I didn't
wanna
know Orc was a
human and
language in this game.
Not Orc.
I thought Orc spoke Giant.
Yes,
Or it might be Giant then. Yes.
it's probably giant.
But it's Giant, Dwarven, and Common, yes.
So what language does it try?
I guess tries Giant.
All right. This seems to, again, sort of catch the goblin's attention, and he looks at Roldar, and someone, of course, needs to play Roldar now.
Nope.
What does Roldar say to the goblin?
Arenoss, Master Interrogator. You take his role.
Not that good with voices, but okay. Alright, you little shit. You're gonna tell me everything I want to know, or I'll bash your face in.
The goblin blinks up and says, "What? But I was just."
Also
Where
at
are-
this time, Erevan still has his sword in his hand, just twirling it around.
Where are your little friends hiding?
Friends? Oh, no friends around here. No. Everyone go to town. Yes.
I don't believe you. Now tell me where they are.
We only did what we were told.
Where are they? And he sort of slaps his face a little.
The goblin recoils from the force and shrieks in terror. Ah, don't hurt!
Then tell me.
Everyone was to be gathered here. Yes, for big attack.
And where are they now?
In town. He sort of looks up at Roldar. Town is west of here. Yes.
We came from there. They're not there anymore. Where did they go?
The goblin blinks in disbelief. And actually, we should probably do this in Swedish, since no one in the party can actually understand.
We could actually do that.
All right, vi kör på det.
Okay.
Han blinkar förskräckt och verkar inte alls liksom förstå vad du menar.
Okay.
Vadå? Kom därifrån. Jag förstår inte. Det var dit vi skulle. Hjälp!
Vi kom därifrån och vi gick hit. Vi har följt era spår hit och ni vill veta vart ni har tagit vägen.
Jag har inte sett någon alls. Sist jag såg så leddes vi dit. Vi gjorde som ni sa. Vi samlas här och gick mot stan. Den skulle brinna. Ja, brinna. Jag gillar eld.
He picks him up and shakes him a little. But where are they now? Vart är de nu?
Jag har inte sett dem. De skulle västerut. De har inte kommit tillbaka.
Vi har följt deras spår hit och vi vet att de är här någonstans. Vart har de gått?
Han skakar av skräck. Och verkar helt enkelt uttrycka att han inte har sett någonting. Det sista han såg var helt enkelt att de begav sig västerut och han bedyrar om och om igen att han inte har sett dem kommit den här vägen.
Okej. En sista grej han ska göra. Han tar goblinen i en av fötterna och tar honom till klippan och håller ut honom över klippan. He basically picks up the goblin and holds him over the cliff.
Yeah, the goblin shrieks in terror.
Now tell me!
What? Oh, he just holds him over the cliff. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not dropping him.
The goblin at this point passes out of sheer fright.
Then Roldar will just throw him back to the ground.
Good
He
job,
doesn't
Roldar.
know anything.
Good job, Roldar. We've now knocked this guy out in 2 ways.
He doesn't know anything anyway. And Roldar will sit down.
Is that the case? Also, who put me as Erevan the Spider, Nodalis?
Hope I didn't wake anyone up by that. Yeah, whatever.
It is fine. It was interesting to hear you two having a nice political conversation.
Yeah, not very good with voices though, but I guess it was fine.
It's fine, I'm not very good with voices either.
No.
You should hear me playing a really different race. It's just like horrible.
Yeah.
So, should we... What do you guys think? We could always keep him as a hostage, but...
Roldar will say he doesn't know anything anyway. He's useless.
True, though, he is a good bargaining chip if needed.
I don't think. I don't think.
Saloro will uproariously laugh behind the veil.
Well, you never know. There might be some use in him.
I don't think the other goblins would pay anything to get him back.
If not, I can just finish him now.
See.
Did you ask what his orders were, or just where his friends were?
I asked where his friends were and where they were going and what they were doing. He just said that they went into town and was going to burn it, basically. And then no one has come back, he said. Or he doesn't know if they have come back or not.
Okay.
In Roldar's voice.
I guess we just go down the ladder then and keep following the tracks?
I guess.
Well, we can't just leave him up here because he wakes up and manages to get away to call other goblins.
Well, I really doubt he does. He knows where any other goblins are. Roldar was quiet, and Alvyn does not finish his sentence.
Though, something to remember is, why would he be here alone?
Well, maybe he got lost.
Saloro,
I don't think goblins are very smart.
No,
Saloro
they're not.
falls prone on the ground, peering over the cliff, looking down the rope ladder of the cliff. Has an idea. He's gonna try it again. Let's have Ghost Sound go down 10 squares. So that's like 50 feet, and of course there's still some more feet to go. And I suppose everyone in the party now will now hear this blatantly loud, obnoxious goblin, cry, "Human flesh, juicy sweet, cotton fresh, what a treat! Human flesh, juicy sweet, cotton fresh, what a treat!" How does a human react to this?
The now unconscious goblin, his ears sort of twitch, and his mouth seems to water at this juicy rhyme.
Arenoss will run up to the cliff face and look down. Sort of frantically.
There does not seem to be any goblins except the two bodies lying down in the surf.
Arenoss will look very confused.
Alvyn should realize what happened.
So they go back and forth by the cliff face looking down.
Yeah, Saloro just maintains his stoic, just laying prone behind the veil. Then finally there's a soft sigh, like, that usually works.
Arenoss will then look at Saloro.
Was there any reaction at the cliffside?
No, sadly not.
Okay.
It is a very good rhyme, though.
Saloro says, I don't think there are any goblins here. There might be evidence, but I think they might have relocated. They might even still be in the town if they're really that committed to burning it all down. Or they were just a force used by some greater power to be expended.
Some greater power as in a humanoid necromancer?
Humanoid necromancer. Well, we still don't know the boot prints. Saloro stands, brushing himself off with Mage Hand and prestidigitation. And then Saloro will, without further preamble, actually begin climbing down the rope ladder.
Okay.
Well, it looks like we need to move on, though. I'm not going to leave this goblin here if he's no good to us.
Damn it. I was trying to hit him in the face, but I couldn't.
I disconnected. I probably need to be kicked or something.
Okay.
Oh, no, he just...
No, you're fine. You should be able to rejoin.
Okay. Yeah, my internet cuts out between 1 and 2 a.m.
Interesting.
Erevan will kneel down, get ready to execute the goblin.
All right.
Can you move my camera?
Yes.
Thanks.
Can anyone think of any other uses for this guy, or should we just dispose of him now?
Yeah, just kill him.
Cold blood, you murdering bastard.
Yep, alignment shift, you're all evil.
Not me. I didn't condone it.
Military.
I'm down the
Military
rope.
tradition.
I'm down the rope. I'm the paladin. I didn't see it.
Yeah, and the poor goblin dies in a shuddering bloody heap.
But what the party will end up hearing as Saloro descends from the rope ladder is a whole repetition from the ghost sound. Human flesh, juicy sweet, cotton fresh, what a treat.
You're basically a goblin ice cream truck.
Pretty much, yes.
Erevan will just climb down as the spider.
Of course it will.
How safe does the ladder look?
It looks quite sturdy. There shouldn't be any real problem climbing down the ladder.
Suddenly me and Saloro just fall to the death.
Exactly. Oh,
Yeah, no real problem unless you are 1 meter high.
no.
Okay. Oops.
On my face.
Something,
I'm not doing a piggyback ride, sorry.
the goblin song perhaps scares Alvyn and he jumps up
Comes on the spider.
in the spider's face.
The spider throws him back onto the cliff.
Right. Saloro then, unless there's an incident on the rope ladder, is the first to descend down onto the shores.
Indeed. And Saloro sees again the two goblin bodies lying there, quite twisted.
They look as if their ends were met with falling damage.
That would be the logical conclusion. You can make a heal check to be sure.
Indeed, I can, looks right.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason. I don't care that much about goblins anyway. Whatever.
Yeah, seems likely.
So now that I'm down here on the beach here, we have any sort of like refuse pit, any sort of tracks, like any sort of larger camp? Saloro imagines that was probably like a lookout camp, so he's kind of wondering.
Yes, and that does indeed seem to be the case. There is a lot of tracks around here. The waves have sort of erased a whole lot of them, probably. But there are clear signs of a larger goblin camp on the beach here. A lot of fire pits, a lot of refuse, bones, fish, and like small rabbit bones and things like that lie scattered all around. There is even a smattering of like items, sort of goblin knives and pieces of metal that might have been used as armor at some point. It's difficult to say. There are also some somewhat strange indentations in the sand at certain points. Something big has clearly been pressing down on the sand.
So, like a siege engine, or like what? How big is it?
How big? Well, let's think here.
Troll ass marks.
Could be. No, something big like maybe 5 meters in length, 2 meters in breadth.
Huh. It's just there's only this one thing, like is sort of like box shaped, or
Sort of rectangular shaped. There seems to be a number of these markings around the beach.
is it like a crate sized?
Larger than a crate, and it's rectangular, and it's you would perhaps guess that it was rounded at the bottom.
Boats.
Boats could be. I don't know. They have the fire pits there, so they wouldn't have like cooking pots or anything. I don't think.
Boat could be the right size, yes.
Saloro then, looking at the indentations, will say aloud to no one in particular, "Sea attack?" Unless they disguise those boats fairly, I suppose that could explain it. Them not even needing any help at all, but they're still the humanoid prints. They could have come up to shore during the night, snuck away the boats or hid them somewhere, or had a skeleton crew row them back. There might be a few more stragglers. They came in through sea, or they relocated, or there's another force that might be attacking Sandpoint even as I speak. Or when the hell did goblins get this motivated? By Ioun, this doesn't make sense.
Well, there's probably another force behind the goblins.
Right. But we don't know what that is. I don't exactly think that normally, normal everyday incursion, goblins and skeletons, they work together for the betterment of goblin kind.
No.
Well, either way, this is pretty much a dead end. We can't follow them over water, or
Indeed,
I don't know what to do.
That is what it felt like the moment we reached this looking outpost. Although it is interesting information, unless there are remnants of where the humanoid might have gone, or maybe a boat somewhere, maybe a large goblin force, or perhaps some treasure they were given as payment for services rendered, or Saloro shrugs.
There's a lot of tracks to follow around here. Erevan sees a lot of tracks, but what does he look for specifically?
Just looking to see just look at what items are around or anything that could give a clue. And also looking for anything possibly shiny.
It seems that anything shiny has been taken away from here. There are a few like odd trinkets lying around, but as I said, it's like a goblin knife that is broken, a weird piece of metal that might have been a helmet or a breastplate for a goblin, stuff like that. Nothing particularly valuable.
Do I see any clues about the human?
No.
Saloro will go around through all these individual fire pits, and if there's still like wood remaining and what have you, fuel, he'll use prestidigitation to start fires in each and every single one of them.
Alright.
Are there any tracks leading away from there to somewhere?
No. There doesn't seem to be.
In that case, until further notice of those things might be boats, then Sandpoint may still very well be under threat. We should consider perhaps returning to the town. Now,
Yes.
preferably.
Yes, we should.
Saloro will take a small goblin knife and put it into his robe for safekeeping.
Very well.
Never know when a small weapon will come handy.
Indeed.
Let us return.
All right.
Do we need to make athletics checks? Or can we even just walk along the beachfront to get back to Sandpoint? Is that doable?
It is perhaps possible. The beach might actually end at certain stretches, so you would have to swim.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Roldar, I think, would be fine with that. I don't know about you guys.
I'm not playing a half ogre here. I don't think I can swim.
Arenoss does not feel like swimming.
Alright, back up the,
Erevan will have to take a
the
dive another time.
long rope we go then.
Mm-hmm. No, you do not have to make an athletic check to climb back
Perhaps
up.
they've like grooved it so that, the small goblins could ensure they wouldn't fall to their deaths.
Indeed.
And upon returning back to the lookout post, Saloro will restart the campfire. The lookout post. All these fires is burning.
Everything's burning.
Yeah.
Saloro is a firebug.
Yep.
All right.
That's
so
why I
the
prepared Flaming Sphere.
Indeed. So the party backtracks to the city, then I take it.
Yeah. I don't suppose we bypass, the main road. That would be easier to take than just walking through the fucking woods.
Yeah, you can take the main road back.
Alright.
Alright.
Can we make it back, I'm assuming, before nightfall, hopefully?
Yeah.
Soloro doesn't take the lead on this one. Lingering in the back near Alvyn.
Yeah, Erevan will just go ahead and lead the way since you're on the road.
Alright. Arriving then back in Sandpoint by the late afternoon.
Suddenly, goblins.
Yes, do we hear screaming?
No. You do not actually, in fact, hear screaming.
Oh, good.
The town of Sandpoint seems to be cleaning up the goblin raid when it returns.
Holding through the town square, do we still see our work everywhere?
No, you actually see quite a number of townspeople that are busy cleaning up the mess, the carnage. When the party enters the square, though, a spontaneous hooray and applause rises from the crowd towards the party, and everyone seems to be quite happy to see them.
Solaro ends up sort of lingering by the cliffside. Would it sort of be feasible for your numerous boats to travel into the inlet here, say north of Sandpoint? When he did visit it earlier, would it seem feasible, given perhaps the currents, or?
Yes, that would seem quite feasible.
Okay.
When the party sort of passes through the square and through the sheer of the crowd, suddenly a friendly and a familiar face shows up in the crowd. Alma, the head baker, and she seems to be carrying quite a number of loaves of bread, and she is going straight for the party. Specifically, she seems to be going for Alvyn.
For me.
Mm-hmm.
Evan will be very surprised.
She approaches with a hearty smile and basically shoves loaves of bread into Alvin's arms. Well, here, take this. My sincerest thanks for everything you did. And you need to eat. You're skin and bones. And she looks down at Alvyn quite sternly. So I want you to eat all of this.
Alvyn will not answer because he's buried in loaves of bread.
And you come straight to me if you need more. You hear me?
And he doesn't get to finish his sentence.
Skin and bones, I tell you. How are you supposed to? Oh, it's a wonder you're still standing. You need to, put on some weight.
Alvyn will just stare.
She keeps sort of packing loaves of bread on top of Alvyn. You should definitely try this. This is exquisite. And oh yeah, my favorite. And take this.
I guess Alvyn will try to take a bite from some of the bread he's getting offered.
Mm-hmm. It is quite delicious. It's crusty, It's freshly made. It is quite delicious. With a bit of butter and a piece of cheese, it would be quite a delicacy. Perhaps some of the spider's wine.
Well, thanks, I guess.
Oh, not at all, not at all. And she beams towards the whole party. You're heroes. You saved Sandpoint from goblins. And again, like the share of the crowd, and everyone seems to be actually quite pleased.
We were just doing what we should. We were just doing what anyone should do. Help people in need.
I so wish more people did that, though. And you're a true example for the children and for everyone in town.
Well, it wasn't any individual one of us. We all had to work together to get it done.
She nods, and more of the crowd seems to nod, in appreciation of the humbleness of the party. But they are indeed quite popular. Arm wrestling. What's the word in English actually?
Handshake.
No. Making her way through the crowd is a woman who's also making a beeline for the party.
Perhaps strong arming.
Strong arming, yes, thank you.